Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Hades 2, and last time we had our highest ever successful fear run on the surface. It was 12 fear, and that means that is technically the threshold that we needed to cross off the first half of this tier of Knights Champion. So 16 fear in the underworld, and we would have that done, and it'd be kind of nice to do that. It's the middle Knights Champion. It feels like that's doable. The final one, I don't know what the numbers are for those, but I've basically little to no interest in that. But the big thing this time round, I think, is actually going to be that the bonus bones weapon would be the aspect of Medea, or rather, the skull, which we can use with the aspect of Medea, because that is the last aspect that we need for the Bearing Dark Gifts prophecy, which is a very big one. It's taken a long time to progress that, and it is quite rewarding. I think there is also an achievement for doing it as well, and I think some people consider this to be the strongest weapon aspect in the game, so it is kind of funny that it's the last one that we have here, in large part just because we hadn't really used it very much. But the other thing is that this is my first time playing Hades 2 in almost a month. I know it may not seem that way because of the backlog that we've had, but the backlog is gone now. So I'm probably a little rusty, and that's a reason why I think we'll keep this one simple fear-wise. Maybe just go fearless and go up on the surface again for what I think would be our final surface run, at least before we start going to true ending territory. So for that reason, you basically have this be an opportunity to shake off some rust, hopefully with a strong weapon aspect, and check off that big prophecy. Then in terms of Arcana cards, I think we have this set up for no rerolls, which means we would have Fate's Whim. And we have been using this keepsake quite a bit as of late, and it's been quite good. It's been sort of an big anti-synergy with some of the fear factors that we've been taking. I suppose if we go no fear factors, this could be really good on this run, so maybe we lead off with that, and then be kind of nice to take the calling card later on in the run, because we haven't used it quite as much. As you can see, it's not maxed out yet, so use this as an opportunity maybe to get that close to hitting rank 3. So I'm thinking that's the big plan. And then, I don't know that it's going to make a huge difference which familiar we take. Maybe we go Golly, since I think that's generally the one that we've felt the most comfortable with as of late, with the extra blocks. So, let's jump in.
Let's keep this up.
And the other thing is that...
It's now or never.
Oh, and I always forget, but we also get an extra Hades boon. Deal more damage based on how many times we've used Death Defiances tonight. Well, it's 0 at the moment. Hopefully that will remain the case for a while. But the other thing is that, as I've mentioned once or twice, I'd kind of like to do most of the surface runs first on our way toward the true ending, and then do a bunch of underworld runs in a row. That way we can have a clearer picture of what has changed to those underworld runs, because from what we were reading about and hearing about, not much has changed with the new true ending on the surface. A lot more has changed in the underworld. So having all that stuff close together in the underworld will make it easier to see what's new, what's slightly modified, and what remains the same. So, starting with Hera.
Old Typhon suffered a bit of a spill last night, but already is beginning to stir, Hermes reports. His target clearly is our summit. If only he were as easy to thwart as to predict.
Okay, and we should have, right off the bat, some extra levels here, so that would be a pretty solid attack boon. Otherwise, the cast is lower rarity. I mean, all these things are level 4, which is nice. I mean, it's hard to turn this down with the rarity. It's just that sometimes there are some really good attack boons. But, sure, we'll go for it. Oh, right, and I need to remember how this weapon aspect works. That's kind of important. Okay. So you can charge it up like this with the attack button, and then you can use the special to... Wait, hold on. Let me double check. Your attack stays within reach. We're holding it in our hand, and it basically has a timer. It either explodes after 3 seconds in a small area around us, or after we land our special. So yeah, you can either alternate attack special like this, It's not really detonating because I think it needs an enemy for it to really do that.
Coinage.
Or you can load up on all of them and then do a big burst. But I think we found that the quick back and forth might be better, generally speaking. Especially with, yeah, actually, come to think of it, getting a big attack damage boost is a very big deal with this weapon aspect, so that's nice. That's very good. Okay. Well, the other thing is that, this is a minor side note, I suppose, but you may recall my having said on several prior occasions... Wow, that's fast. You may recall my having said on several prior occasions that I had an old controller that was causing a lot of problems. I have a new controller now, so I think that's going to be especially useful for a weapon aspect like this, where we are spamming buttons very quickly, and having sticky buttons that don't get pressed or unpressed quickly. Fortunately, that hopefully will not be an issue on this run.
Driven back the father of all monsters is a monumental achievement, my kin. But the war is not yet won, which means still greater victories await, perhaps with the occasional ignoble defeat.
Yeah, and this weapon aspect is very button spammy, so I think it's especially meaningful for that. But let's see, so attack is really important on this build. Special is maybe to a slightly lesser extent, but those are big deals, and then the cast and everything else is a little more minor. Then striking foes may spill that stuff, which makes us faster, and restore magic. I think we take this, especially since it's rank 4. That is quite nice. I just want to double check. Did I take any fear? No, okay. Because I was experimenting with it a little bit before we started up today, and I was about to consider just jumping straight in after having not played Hades 2 and potentially doing our highest fear run ever. Then I realized, you know, that's probably not a great idea. So just wanted to be absolutely certain. Okay, so this is a little tempting, although I think maybe we'll wait until we see an epic one, or potentially, of course, Zeus plus Hera, and Zeus in general, even just in a vacuum, is really good. So we've gotten the Ares magic restoration boons before, and generally I think our opinion is they are the best offensively, or at least near the best offensively. They are potentially one of the worst in terms of pure magic restoration, but I don't know that that's going to be a huge factor for us here, because I don't know that we're going to be using much in the way of magic, because we can kind of just get by with spamming attacks and specials. No charge up needed. Okay, so Hammer, Hermes, Hera. Those three certainly stand out. We do have Ares precedent, so there's potentially some synergy potential there. I think maybe we just start off with those things and see where they lead us. Selene could be good, but that is, as I was kind of saying, also kind of depending on how much magic we use, and that might not be a lot. Okay, I think Hermes generally is best to go for first. I beat him to it. Also, this is going to blow up on me.
Well, don't just stand there, sister. We've a war here to perpetuate.
You tell me. I mean, we killed that enemy, not you, I'll have you know.
Come on, then.
Watch this, he says. Nope, come back here. Come back here. They're mine. Oh, stop running away.
Cheers, Golly.
Thanks, Golly. Okay, I think we got just about all of them. It's a very nice source of gold, very early on at that. I think I was checking before we started up, and we had, or I just checked at the beginning of the run, we've 3 nectars. Maybe we can gift one to you. Sure.
You truly take me for a fool believing I would drink from this. You could have ensorcelled the contents in any number of ways to drive me to madness, or worse.
I swear to you upon my father's name that I've done no such thing.
We would
And it
never.
would have obviously spoiled if I had. Do you want to see me drink it first?
No, I can dispose of it myself.
Alright, fine, have it your way. Maybe we just won't ever gift any more nectars to you again.
You have her blessing then. Just like that, she gave you her strength, her approval.
Oh, Hera. Well, so Heracles is the son of Zeus, but not Hera, right? Otherwise he'd be a god.
You mean Hera?
He's just a demigod.
Of course she did. We're all on the same side. More than that, we're family.
But, you know, that probably does create a rather awkward family dynamic there. I imagine his relationship with Hera is a little tense, a little strained, but I don't remember.
It figures that Her Grace the Queen presides over the entire concept. Marriage, birthing, and the like. Curses in a charitable form.
Harsh words.
We're done here.
Alright, the other thing is that with this, we should try to get as many boons as possible that are upgradable with levels. Because I think, generally speaking, Hermes boons actually cannot be leveled up. For whatever that's worth.
Got one of those special deliveries for you, Em.
Similarly, Selene, hammers can't be upgraded that way. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh man. I mean, this is incredible early on. Would have been, even better still if we had gotten this and then picked up the gold that dropped from this encounter, but oh well. This is also incredibly good, especially at this rarity. So the only reason why I'm not immediately taking this is because this is usually one of my favorite boons. But we'll do this. Just because the timing is ideal. Even more ideal if we had waited to pick up the drop from Heracles, but so be it. Okay, so now
From here.
suddenly we can get very aggressive on the gold for the rest of the run. But let's just see, because, yeah, thinking about the keepsake, that could potentially affect which rooms we might want to go to. Like, for example, yeah, double life. Sometimes I like going there just because it's solid value in a vacuum. But if you figure that obviously those cannot be leveled up with the keepsake, then is that reason enough to go for a specific boon-giving god or goddess that we might have otherwise passed on? Maybe. I think we'll still go hammer here, just because that can certainly affect how we want to approach things. You lived. Wow. And you still hit me there? Excuse me? Yeah, this definitely can also be a bit of a speed-running weapon, it seems. Okay. Oh, we've never taken this before. Whenever your shells land, they deal 50% of your attack damage. This seems incredible. Have we just never seen this before? Because this definitely feels like something I would want to take. Specials are faster. The attack is the big thing we want, but that is not bad. After your dash or specials, your attacks... Ooh, I mean, that is also good. But given how we're going no fear on this run, I feel like this is an opportunity to go out of our way at least a little bit to pick up some of the prophecy-related
Skull gleams in
upgrades.
here.
And that prophecy is now fulfilled. All the more reason to do that.
Golly, get it.
Yeah, don't think we've seen any of the side rooms yet, which may mean we're more likely to see them later on. Camera, just zooming out a little bit there. Caught me a bit off guard. Okay, so now I think we're definitely going Hera. I think that's the one thing remaining here that is still very obvious that we want to do. Beyond that, I'm still not 100% sure.
Here, Bronze Beaks.
I swear. Oh, the thing to bear in mind, I should be thinking more about, is even though we're moving when we use the special, we are not necessarily invulnerable to taking damage, which is what just happened there, which is why I was rather caught off guard. I was like, I was dodging out of that. No, I wasn't dodging. I was specialing, which is a little bit different. But it does seem like that's a really good hammer upgrade that we picked up, and potentially one that is especially good when combined with this aspect. We are blowing through basically all of our golly blocks, which is a little unfortunate at this stage, but
Hear
we'll
me
live.
on my authority.
Probably. Okay, so charge moves create a fissure that deals a lot of damage but uses more magic. And as I was saying, we kind of can get away with just basic stuff there. We don't have any rerolls, of course, so might just take that. Otherwise, the cast, as I said, I mean, this is the next highest rarity, but it's not a type of... Neither of these are skills that we're expecting to use very much with this aspect. I mean, yeah, I'm sure we can always just drop the occasional cast. It's not the worst idea in the world, but it's not going to be a primary damage dealer. I think it's still more useful than the other one, to be honest. Have any side areas this time? Doesn't look like it. Okay. So yeah, unfortunately, I think not really what we were looking for there. If we were to do... We're looking for a special boon. I mean, obviously, as I said, it's either more Hera or Zeus, ideally, would be the other answer. Aphrodite, big damage boosts, close range limitations, though, but that's kind of fine with this aspect. But I don't remember... I mean, that's at least how it works with her attack. She has some boons, though, that actually magnetize enemies toward you, and I'm trying to remember if that is the case for the special, or if that's just the cast. I mean, maybe that's still not the worst thing in the world, given how, again, we kind of need to be point blank, so I think we'll go Aphrodite here. Whoa! Oh, I remember this room. How could I forget? Oh, that did not quite have the effect that I was looking for, though. There we go. I remember the first time we saw this type of room, we hit one of those explosive containers, it blew everything up, including all the enemies, and we were like, oh, okay, I guess we're done here. We've seen it a few times since then, and haven't quite had the same effect.
If Prometheus isn't more careful, he might burn right up from all his smoldering. He keeps saying how he doesn't care for any of us goddesses or gods, but I think he's just playing hard to get.
Okay, let's see. Chance to dodge based on air boons. We do already have 2, and we could make a point of picking up more in the future, so that is kind of tempting. And it is active even now, obviously. It's not going to be a huge boost just yet, but otherwise, I do like her dash boon. I think we take this. Yeah, and it can't get leveled, though. The infusions can't. So, again, various things that either are or are not affected by the Jeweled Palm, and it's enough levels that we get from it that it is a fairly significant factor. Still no side rooms. Okay, now, again, the decisions get a little harder. We have 2 rooms left. Honestly, we might just go double boon to try to, again, maximize the value from the palm. We do already have one Ares boon. Just give me a second to charge it up, okay? I know I was saying at the beginning that maybe we don't need to charge it up all the way very often, but at the same time, at the beginning of the encounter, it feels like that's still worth doing. I would like to dash, thank you. When we have time, it still feels like that's something that's worth doing. Please don't do that. Thank you. That, I was not sure if I was going to get damaged from that or not, given how I was technically not dodging, I was attacking.
In the name of Hades.
Okay, so this... It's high rarity, and it is obviously the higher levels, courtesy of the keepsake. Specials deal more damage, and they inflict wounds, which gives a delayed burst of damage, but it's usually the issue I have with Ares' primary boons is that they don't do that much direct upfront damage. You get the delayed wounds damage, but even then it's... I don't know, it's just a little hard for me to get excited about that. Unlike Zeus, where, okay, similar structurally, mechanically, but the burst damage after the delay seemingly is much bigger. Or just objectively, mathematically speaking, is much bigger. So it kind of just seems like Zeus is a stronger version of Ares, unless you can find other wound-based synergies with subsequent Ares boons, and I think there are some along those lines, although again, Zeus certainly has his fair share of those types of synergies for his boons, and that's probably why Zeus is, I think many would say, the strongest of the boon-giving gods or goddesses. Let's take it.
Greater strength.
So, it might not be my favorite, but we'll take it. It's a high enough level that at least level and rarity, that it's still 70% damage boost, which is certainly not bad. And this is what I was thinking might happen, since we had so many rooms that did not have these side rooms. Now we get a bunch at the end. Oh, explosion, gotcha. Honestly, not bad. Given how we have Wispy Wiles, usually I might be a little disappointed with that, but given that we already have an infusion that applies toward, it is helpful. Nope. Oh, and see, there it is. Same thing. I was moving, but I was in an attack animation, not a dodge animation, so did take a little bit of damage there. Now that was just a mini life upgrade. That was not that useful. I think that's it for this room. But yeah, we already have many of our big types of Our primary boon categories are, for the most part, accounted for. The one thing we're still missing would be a dash boon, and I'm fine with the Poseidon dash boon. It's pretty good, so that could be useful. Obviously, Poseidon gonna give us water boons. Oh, he does have some stuff that's good the earlier you take it, so I guess by that accounts, it would be good to make a point of taking Poseidon as early as possible, although he was the one that I was least certain that I wanted in the first place. That's gonna blow up. A few of those things are gonna blow up, in fact. That. Oh, you're still here. Oh, you're both still here. Okay.
Thank you, niece. We've defeated Typhon with your aid. Although defeated is a bit of a strong word, for it appears we merely knocked him down. Most likely made him angrier. Do make your way back when you can.
We may have made things worse. Please help. Okay, so this is what I was referring to, or at least one of the things that gives you more benefits the earlier you get it. So it's lots of bonus gold when you combine it with this. So we might just go all in on that. Otherwise, we can get the sprint, and this one, again, is something that is level upable, upgradable with the Jewel of the Palm, unlike Buried Treasure, unfortunately. And obviously, if we got this at a higher level, or a higher rarity, that would have been nice. And don't think we're going to be using that much at all. So that's definitely a no-go. I think we take this. Again, sure, it's lower rarity, but given the timing, I think that more than makes up for it. And then this... oh, almost missed this. Hold on. Oh. So we definitely did make a point of getting a bunch of booms. And hopefully that pays off. And now you see just a normal gold pickup is almost twice as effective as it would usually be. And I guess neither of these are upgradable at this stage. So we can't further improve that unless we use the Narcissus Keepsake and make this heroic rarity, and then suddenly we have unbelievable gold earning and gold spending potential, which I'm kind of intrigued by, so might end up doing that. It's just fun. Okay, this. Don't think there are any other. Or maybe there's a golden urn somewhere. I mean, yeah, even little golden urns are actually worth a fair bit at this point.
Go for it, Golly.
And we can test that theory. 21. Okay, so we're definitely taking, well, all of the above? I don't see why not. Well, actually, let's think. Might take, yeah, I think we do want to take this first. And, oh, I was hoping for the attack boon, because I do think that's the most significant here. Definitely not that. It's either of these. I mean, the plasma, it gives us extra speed, is the real value here, because the magic restoration, as I said, I don't know how much magic we're really going to end up using at this stage. But I don't know how useful the speed is either, to be honest with you. Movement speed, yes. Movement speed for defensive purposes, primarily. But the strike speed is already more or less as quickly as I can spam the attack and special button. So that's more of a physical constraint than an in-game build constraint. So maybe we go with this. Although there's at least one other very fun Ares synergy with this boon that could be a lot of fun if we were to get that is based around all of the plasma. So it is one of my favorite boons when you get crazy upgrades on it. Even if it's not the most practical for this run. Ooh. Yes, we can get a very nice sprint boon. However, damage. Damage on the things that we are more keen on getting damage from. We'll find another time to get a sprint boon. Sure, it might not be epic rarity, but it'll at least be level 4. And it will now have an extra 25% damage, which might actually make up for it. Almost exactly, being a common rarity instead of an epic rarity boon. That's maybe not cool. The difference between epic and common is maybe a little more than that, but it's not that far away. Okay, let's jump in. Normal Polyphemus. Thankfully, not the rival.
I try to watch my diet. 3 square meals, that's it. No snacks. You're making it real difficult for me.
What do you mean? You're not eating us. Fortunately, more often than not, we are defeating Polyphemus, even in the rival fight form. So it's not like he's, well, I don't know. I mean, sure, there are sheep here in our encounters, but they were here before we arrived. They would be here even if we didn't make an appearance.
Where I am from, we fast under the waxing moon and grow nutritious plants and funguses. I could bring you some next time if you would like.
Oh?
I can't just save you for later. You try to run. They always do. Oh, I know. I'll just start with the legs.
No.
No, you won't.
One moment. Oh, that's where they are. Okay. Oh. Oh, I missed. That's okay, you missed too. Please don't do that. Thank you. No, don't make me charge into that. I didn't want to, but I had to get rid of that guy. I'm nowhere to be found, I assure you. I missed. Or, well, I'm gonna hit these guys. Also, you can, as we've done in some of the challenge runs, the Chaos Trials, you can just farm the ads to get a whole bunch of the extra plasma boosts. If you really want to, which is, again, tempting because it's fun to mess around like that and get a bunch of speed that way because you can reach absolutely absurd levels of speed. So we could do it here, but we don't have all the scaling that we would have had if we had, yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. We could have more with more of those aforementioned synergizing boons from Ares that make the plasma even stronger still. Nope, that's fine. Oh, okay, hold on. One moment. Yeah, so against him, I am kind of just loading up on all these and just hitting them all at once. I missed! Repeatedly! It is annoying. That's not the first time that, by doing the special, it's not that I directly run into them. It's like I basically am shooting past him and into his projectile on the opposite side. and end up taking damage for that reason. Fortunately, we have more than enough damage to take care of him, though. Alright. Oh, right, we're getting bonus bones. We also get the gemstones from defeating him, even if we don't have the fear active on this run.
Won't open.
Oh, right. I was blending in quite a bit. I mean, I guess it makes sense, because his clothing is made from that same material, but something about how it might not usually be right on top of him like that, unless he's sort of stuck in the corner, as he was just then. At time 14. Ugh. So little gold. Well, actually, technically speaking, Lids, if you were trying to maximize your gold returns, you should have switched your keepsake first and then destroyed it. Look, we'll be okay. Because we have one common rarity boon, and it is you. And sure, it's not like it's directly dealing damage, so maybe it's not the most meaningful thing to upgrade, but for the memes,
Could try a different
it's
one.
fun. So let's do this.
Set.
And now buried treasure, it was what, 50% extra resources now? Now it's 125%. That is a dramatic increase, which when combined with Quick Buck, I mean, it makes Quick Buck look like nothing in comparison. And this is not just gold, but also healing and bones. Okay. So yeah, we just want to collect all the resources we can possibly collect at this point. And we can basically spend all the money that we want to spend as well. Potentially even expedite deliveries, although that's maybe not super necessary. I think we'll buy this, and it's actually kind of nice that it takes 6 encounters for it to show up, and it'll probably end up being a lot more than 46 healing. We can afford that because we still have a lot of gold, even now, and we should get a lot more gold still.
This way.
Doesn't seem like anything special in here. Oh, it would really help if I didn't just press all the buttons wrong. I was the first enemy, I charged up a bunch of stuff, and then I was like, you know, for the next one, I'll make a point of just doing one, and then I just completely botched it. Okay, well, we like the gold. Well, I don't know, actually, the gold might just be completely unnecessary, in which case maybe we don't like the gold. Maybe we'd like just straightforward boons instead. Ooh, you are not dead yet. Somewhat surprising. Please don't do that.
Foolish.
There we go. Okay, so yeah, this is now 265 gold. We've almost made back all of our cash just from that alone, all the stuff that we spent on that mini shop. Not quite, but still. So we would definitely like to see as many shops as possible as well. And if we could get the other boon from Hermes, what is it? The one that gives us the extra item that we can purchase from each shop. That would possibly be the best boon for us at this point. Oh, these guys are nasty. These guys right here. As is this guy. In fact, I was going to say, I wasn't even sure if we were out of his range at that point. It is ginormous. Speaking of which, did you see that? He functionally can hit you from the entire length of the arena, which seems a little ridiculous to me. Did we end up taking a damaging cast of any variety? I know we were kind of saying we'd opt out of that before, but let's grab this while we can. And so we're getting more of either of these resources from you. Actually, no, we're only getting more bones. I mean, I was probably going to take bones anyway, but curious what this amounts to. How much do we get from you? Not gonna lie, those skulls look a little bit like our skulls. There was a brief moment there where I was a little confused. Like that, for example. I did not realize that that was still an enemy. So I would rather us not have many of those guys show up. 225 from one of these. Oh, and then here's max life. Delayed max life showing up. That was our mini shop purchase. That was still a block, wasn't it? Yep. That's the annoying part of, again, basically charging straight into enemies. Okay, so we're not getting any bonus returns from the life, are we? So technically that is one of the worst rewards I think that we can get. I mean, obviously it is nice to make us tankier. And this setup is one that will lead to us taking some damage, as we have already seen on several occasions. Oh. Well, things just got a little spicy. One moment. I missed again. Apparently it's a skill. Oh, it's probably from our flying friend. Oh, well, that's not really what I was looking for. Please don't attack me. Please attack the enemies instead. I thought that this did not need to be stated. I thought that that was obvious, but apparently not. Okay, so we'll get this.
We made it.
Is there any reason why we'd want to get his upgrade first? Maybe we do. Alright, we'll gift to him. I think we'll, given how we are likely to get a lot of bones on this run. Actually, does this also affect you? Because over the course of a full run, that would actually be kind of significant. But anyways, point being, we should have enough to buy a fair bit of stuff once we get back to the crossroads after this run. Including potentially another nectar, because we're using a bunch here.
As a mortal kid confined to a tower, I was relatively well provided for, but this... I know better than to envy the gods, especially with what they're going through lately. But they definitely know their drink.
The gods have always lived well, but your own life was so short and difficult. You must still have a lot of making up to do, and I thought maybe this could help.
Okay, now for our actual conversation.
I saw huge plumes of fire shooting from the summit of Olympus recently. Thought the whole mountain was erupting, but on closer inspection, it was you, fighting someone. And then some deranged eagle chased me off.
I was gonna say, yeah, fire, probably not Typhon in that case that you're referring to, Prometheus.
That was Prometheus the Titan and his pet. He's turned against the gods and is personally leading the siege of Olympus. Claims to know the future and to fight for mortal kind, using the flames he stole from my family.
I didn't realize he'd broken free. What do mortals have to do with this whole feud with Kronos anyhow? I thought all he wanted was his vengeance. Probably Prometheus as well.
Yeah. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's see. Here are the upgrades. Not really interested in casts, not really interested in charge boons. We are very interested in our attack having +3 levels, and I think we are perfectly fine with having some of our magic get primed to do that.
All yours.
Oh,
Cheers.
I know I just moused over that, but I did not really take particular note of what the number was before and after, but it's higher now, and that's what matters. Take that. Oh, and now this shows up. Okay, let's take the random...
What a pleasant surprise.
Oh, Hera upgrade.
Ares is back to where it's easier
Duo?
to keep an eye on him. Come, my son, let's make ourselves somewhat presentable for the benefit of my niece there.
I don't know if we've gotten this one before.
It shall be as you wish, O Queen. I am honored that you sought me out, and trust our kin shall be most grateful to you in turn, as the vessel of the sum of our wrath.
In turn, Supergiant Games' favorite phrase. Let's see. Whenever we exit a location, keep some of our plasma bonuses. That was not the plasma-based synergy that I was alluding to before, although it is interesting nonetheless. And then this is the very dash boon that we passed on before, including the rarity, but I think we take this.
All right.
And it means that now there is more reason to farm up that magic, and it also, or rather that plasma stuff, potentially artificially increasing the length of some encounters to do that, because it carries over at least a little bit from one area to the next, and it makes it so that now those bonuses, obviously, the longer the encounter goes on, the stronger they are, and so at the end, we could be quite powerful, but in the beginning, we're getting little to nothing, whereas now it makes up for that a little bit. Ooh, okay. Not a huge fan of this.
Bearing set.
That's definitely the worst upgrade for us right now, I think. Oh, you're what? You're still alive? Yeah, the other thing is now we have more reason to make sure that we actually pick up the plasma rather than just letting it expire on the ground.
There.
Oh. Okay. Just double check. I don't think there's anything else in here. No.
Cattle milk, lentil pulses, powdered sage, salt of mountain, ripe of age. Gust of wind and spray of sea, clump of soil, branch of...
I was gonna say, some of those things were not so bad.
Skin moonlight, all of you, till you be this witch's brew.
Maybe took a little bit of a twist, but...
How very fortunate.
Hello, Cersei.
Something felt different just as you arrived. It's moly, isn't it? And quite a lot, as I perceive. You need no such protection in this place. A miracle it does not interfere with your own craft.
That's one of the crafting resources, is it not?
I have been gathering what moly I can find in Erebus. It has its uses, to be sure, though in my purse it doesn't bother me and remains fresh. You have an aversion to it, and here I thought that every plant and herb had earned your love.
Some earn my caution sooner than my love. Moly has a stifling effect I care for not at all. So much so that I have learned to negate it. As you have no need of its powers here, it shall do neither of us any harm. Though do be careful, little miss.
Oh! I think this is the one upgrade that we've yet to take from her. In large part wait. Randomly draw 2 of your active... Yeah, Arcana cards and upgrade them. Mostly because we tend to be running exclusively Arcana cards that are fully upgraded, so it's generally not going to do anything for us, as is the case here. But again, if we're thinking, well, it's a zero fear run, we're warming up back into things, and this could be an opportunity to take some of the stuff that's not as optimal, but long-term is nice for prophecy completion purposes. We could take that. Let's just see what the alternatives are. Grow in size, giving us more life and 15% extra damage, which is very nice. Our animal familiar gives us extra move and dodge. You've not necessarily made much of a point of getting more air boons to further benefit from wispy wiles as of late. But if you combine that with Golly, and that is actually pretty significant already, but we'll do this. So I think that might be the last one we need. It is, okay.
Ooh.
So, given how we may not have ever had a good time to use that, might as well just check it off the list, put it in the rearview mirror now. From henceforward, we can always just take what is the best option from Cersei.
Be well, madam.
Woo, don't want to be standing there. Yeah, so you see I want to get the plasma up. What I was about to say, we still have a decent bit of plasma. Even at the very start of this encounter. Okay, oof. I was going to say we've been using a lot of nectar, so it'd be tempting to take this, especially because it would also upgrade one of our boons, and we already have a lot of those upgrades, so sure, diminishing returns, yes, but also big number go up, make me happy. But then again, with we can really make this number go up. It's more meaningful on this particular occasion to upgrade that. So that's more of an unusual thing that we have working in our favor this time. I missed, and then you hit me. I feel like a fool. Oh, that was an enemy. I missed again. There we go.
Onward.
Nab and lingering plasma. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's just so many bones that we're picking up there. Makes a pretty big difference. Okay, yeah, I did see that guy. There we go. Pretty sure that's gonna blow up. Create some fire along the way.
Next bearing.
Okay, so here, yeah, we can get one upgrade, or we can get a boon that comes already at level 4. So I think we definitely take this. Waiting for the enemies to spawn in, and they just seemingly we're not showing up. You are still alive. Let's change that. Ooh, it was a busy encounter. As it turns out, I did not mean to go there. Or there, for that matter. Please don't do that. Okay, so I think more plasma synergies would be great if we can get those. Let's see. His infusion is incredible, but it has a very high threshold. 8 earth boons. Otherwise, we get dash. We get healing when we're on low life. I think we... Can we get it? It's a long ways away. The thing is, we also have reason to try to prioritize air boons, so a little bit of a conflicting priority there. Yes, we'll still do it. I don't feel great about it. Is this the penultimate room? It is, isn't it? Darn it. I was going to say, if we could get a bonus, that'd be great. Let's do this. We're going to try.
Come, you thieves.
This is not going to work. I can tell you right now. Yep. Actually, I think we, well, let's see how this last enemy goes, but yeah. We only ended up getting hit by one of them, but we are not great defensively. You know, our defense is our offense. But when you can't get hit even once, that's a bit of a problem. So yeah, probably should have thought about that, but yeah, I think this is the penultimate room. If we had gotten a bonus shop, that would have been incredible, but now that's the end of the road for this floor. I think we'll still do this first. That's the Flourish, which is the special. Okay, I think that just got 5% damage. That's not a huge deal. And let's do this. More Aries. Okay. And basically all of his stuff is Earth. So it does work toward his infusion. And this is the synergy that I was thinking of before, I think. If you take damage from a foe or foe slain, spill at least some plasma, decent chance of it proccing twice, which means, especially with this, that is really good. So I think we do that. And then this has some pretty great potential long term as we load up on more max life. We have pretty good max life at this stage. And I think we're going to spend here, even though it's kind of overkill, just because, I mean, if you looked at our gold, I think we'll be alright. Might as well go in with max life, even if, yeah, we were going to get some healing walking in to this encounter anyway.
Got here first. What's with that Cyclops over by the Aphira docks? He almost hit me with the boulder as I flew over here a couple nights ago.
That's Polyphemus. He's blind, so there's no need to take his boulder throwing as a personal affront. He was probably aiming at me.
True.
Oh, that's a relief. I took a bunch of his sheep. You don't want to know why. And was starting to worry he caught on. I get the livestock. You get the heat.
Okay.
Whoosh.
One moment. One moment. Where are you going?
Everything's on fire.
Sort of. Where'd you go? No. Not like this. Oh, hello. Oh, that was bad. I got a little greedy there.
Got something for you.
Got something for you too. Oh, hold on. There we go. No. Excuse me. No, stop running away. Don't mind me as I attempt to use this. She called me out for it. She knew. Oh, that's where those are.
Nice try. I'll be right with you.
Nope. Ooh, I almost dashed in. I'm amazed I didn't end up taking damage. That's not where I want to be standing.
So much for that.
Excuse me. Please don't do that. Or that. I was gonna say, you hadn't summoned any ads yet. Where'd she go? I don't really care about you guys, to be honest. I care a lot more about her. Okay, don't stand there, though. That one really hurts if you get hit by that. Speaking from some experience. Ow, as does that. There we go. Fortunately, she happened to dodge right back where she was standing, and so we still hit her, even though I initiated that attack before I knew where she was going to show up. Yeah, we did end up taking some damage near the end there, but honestly still not that bad. And I think we... Don't we get bonus healing from this too? We do. Wow. Okay, so we just have insane healing potential. So as long as we don't die, we can come back from most things. At least when we run into fountains, if not before that. Okay, so I'm just checking for other stuffs. I think so that was the floor on which we took you, but you've already done your thing. We were saying be kind of nice to take the calling card at some point on this run, get it closer to rank 3 so it feels a little more useful in the future. So maybe we'll take that. And otherwise, that gives us, it's usually 150, right? Or is it 100? Some of our gold modifiers might be applying to it, whereas others, well, some definitely are, but I'm not sure that all of them are. So, we just completely passed on the hexes. I think we do take you. Not really sure what our alternative would be anyway. You, just for the sake of leveling you up, because you're not max level yet, but we'll be fine. Let's do this. Gives us the ability to... does it show us what the full healing potential would be? I forget. Or does it only show us up to, 30 or whatever it was that we needed? I wasn't really looking. Not that we really needed it on that occasion, but it would be nice for future reference to know. Hey, buddy old pal. Okay, well that's not how you typically want to use your blocks, in case you were wondering. Ooh, that did not kill you. This surprises me a bit. Please do not block. Thank you. Okay, so I think we're going hammer here.
The Titans follow us.
I am kind of surprised that it doesn't do more damage. Because I'm charging up more or less the maximum number of those skulls. And we have very good boons. I know, obviously, we're further along in the game now. The enemies have more life to begin with, but still. Woo! Yup. Yup. That was close. I mean, for the most part, have still been sticking with the, at least a couple of charge-ups before I actually attack, rather than just a true alternation between, attacks. Alternation even a word? Alternating between attack and special repeatedly. Oh, that was interesting timing. Okay. Charge special, not interested. Dash. After dash or specials, attacks are faster and have more power. We were seeing this before and saying that could be interesting. Specials have more power, and we take... Ooh, take less damage while using them. That's interesting, because the special, remember, is the thing that has us lunging forward. And as I've said several times before, we've either gotten hit on our way to the enemy, or sometimes even as we are passing beyond the enemy, because we travel a fair distance with the special. So taking less damage defensively would be nice. That's more so the part that I'm interested in, rather than the flat 30 damage, but I think we take this.
Did this skull just smile?
Well, that's a little unnerving. That's 14. Then... Here the question is, do we already have so much gold and gold earning potential that we just don't even need to ever target them again? Even though this gives us, I already forget, is it like 290 gold or something like that, which is obviously more than one palm worth, but the limitation is probably more so our opportunities to spend rather than our gold. So, I mean, I think we'll still do it, but you could make, if it were anything other than a palm, I think you could maybe make a stronger case for taking that. Definitely not the only wave. I'm not going to activate any of these statues. I missed. I did not miss. I lied. I would like those back, though. That counted as a block? Oh, that was an enemy. That did not register at first as an enemy. If you guys could hang out here, yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. There we go. 265. That's the number. No, we want these. Okay. I think we're definitely gonna go that route. Just check this corner real quick. Yeah, I can see here. Extra 7? Excuse me? That would have given us almost nothing in that case, if not for our extra boons. Even then, still almost nothing.
Drink, 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 drink. Yeah.
That's, you know, usually I'd say that's not a very good thing to do, is pressure people into drinking like that. Then again, he is the god of wine. I don't know, can we give him a rare exception?
Some coins.
For that reason?
Have you had any run-ins with Prometheus? Since Kronos wouldn't dare show his face on this mountain, he must have sent this lackey of his to keep all of Olympus occupied.
Prometheus, he's back. I must be out of the loop. But he was still strapped to some mountainside, getting his innards gnawed out by an eagle. Something nasty of the sort.
I mean, you're not wrong. That was the case before.
That did supposedly occur, but he is definitely back, personally leading the vanguard trying to tear Olympus apart. If he prevails, no more feasting.
Come on, baby, it can't be all that bad. What's he gonna do? Cook our food with the flame he took from Dad? Tell you what, next time you see him, tell him to stop by.
I don't know if you want that to happen. Alright, let's see. Each encounter... Oh. I'm kind of curious to see how this interacts with all of our other gold boosting boons. Does it get further affected by it? I think this is almost certainly the best option, and then we could, either one we could rarefy. But this one is mostly just curiosity. It's absolutely overkill, at least long term. It does mean short term that we actually do not have much gold, or we have no gold, but maybe with our extra gold earning potential, we can quickly bounce back. But I can absolutely see a world in which we get a mini shop immediately after this room, and then we're like, God darn it, now we actually somehow cannot afford the things that we would have, until very recently, had 5 times the money we needed to purchase. I think we still take this. Let's rarefy it. After each encounter, restore some life if you took any damage in that encounter. Well, actually, given how we have extra healing, does that actually mean that we don't really need to rarefy this all that much? After each encounter, restore some life if you took any damage. I'm thinking of this, and I'm also thinking of the Aphrodite boon that works kind of similarly, and I'm trying to make sure I'm thinking of the right one, and how one of those probably is better than the other. The Aphrodite one gives you a chunk of healing as long as you haven't taken that much damage, whereas this is just always healing that percentage of the damage that we took, in which case, if it is affected by this, then it's already functionally healing every point of damage that we take in a room. So I think we just take this as is. We've already upgraded it once, but we'll save the rest of our rarifications. And this. Ooh. Well, that gave us an extra fire boon. Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know that that makes a huge difference, but this is a little tough, because Hermes does have that one boon that allows us to purchase one more item per shop, which, especially since we can expedite purchases at mini shops and get an extra item out of those, that means even though this is somewhat late to pick that up, that is still very good. Whereas this, it's a mini boss, so it is more challenging, but it also means if we could get the legendary Ares boon, it does work with all the plasma stuff, and we have a lot of plasma synergies right now, so that could be incredible. I think I'm gonna do it.
Hey, everybody good? Got what they need?
Which one is it? It's the dragon.
I'm back.
Remember, we recently found that this guy was a little more challenging than we were originally giving him credit for, because he had like a swirly tail attack he does when you're nearby. Not that. Not the fire stuff. Hold on. Oh, that was bad timing. But you just don't have much range on that, do you? He says after having, missed 5 attacks in a row. Something like that. That'd be a great time to hit him if we were actually close enough. Ah! I'm playing it very cautiously, which is maybe not necessary. Oh, I thought our skulls ended up over there. I missed! That is the attack that he hit us with quite a bit on one of our previous encounters with him that actually ended up doing a lot of damage to us. Oh my goodness. How many ways can I miss him from point blank range? How many ways? How many times? Crouch through. And you hit him. He's almost armorless. There we go. Now he is. Oh my gosh, I was even dashing out of the way. That's really frustrating. I should just be able to spam the attack / special button at this point. That does require that we actually have the stuff to do that. There we go. Okay, so yeah, definitely took more damage than I would have liked, but maybe we can test that boon that we just picked up.
In the name of Hades.
Okay, so we did not get the big boon that we were looking for. But one way or another, it is an earth boon, which means we get closer. We're still not yet at the threshold for this, but it feels more like it's within reach. I don't think we want to sacrifice any boons at this stage. We want to keep as many as possible. Dash, charge move. I think we go dash just because we don't have one yet, and again, I don't think we're really going to be doing much of anything with charge moves.
Appreciate the help.
Usually we are big fans of Selene. However, we've yet to use any magic on this run, and it's very late to be picking up our first Selene upgrade. So that isn't a reward. We would probably prefer to be almost anything other than that. Oh, that would have been much better if that other guy were still there as well. So I almost certainly did not get the most out of that. Oh, is that our? I think that's our first of the. That's a lot of these. Oh wait, the statue is still going? Wow. Uh-oh.
Eagle spotted me.
Not a fan of that. Go away, Eagle. Go away, Eagle. Also usually means that the encounter is going to be long. Is the Eagle gone now? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if we've gotten it. I don't think we have gotten any fishing spots because I don't remember doing the minigame. This, I don't want to say it's useless, but it might be just about useless.
Let us together shine this night, O moon.
By now, that monster Typhon must remember the bitter taste of defeat, yet he does not relent. Thus, he has left us with no choice but to pursue the means of his annihilation, little star.
I did not really expect Selene to be using such a harsh word as annihilation. And no duo potential either. Wow. This would be Apollo, this would be Zeus, this would be Demeter. Yep. We don't have any of those people. This is primarily for damage, which is not what we're lacking. It's more so the defensive stuff, like what phase shift. Well, the utility of phase shift, and to a certain extent, Twilight Curse as well. It does take a long time to charge up, though, which probably means that it's pretty useless. I think we're definitely going to take Poseidon instead of Selene here. Okay, hold on while I fish.
Can't hide from me. It's a bite.
There we go.
It's something.
It is something indeed. Speaking of something, is there something else over here? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. So yeah, we could attempt to make something out of that hex, but I think for the most part, we're just going to completely ignore it for the rest of the run because we still have the benefits of you, and therefore we want boons. Can I get both of them? I can get both of them. I would like my skulls back, por favor. Oh yes, the tiniest little bit of life left. Even the dash. Yeah, usually enough to get him. I don't really know how much damage. I didn't check how much the dash does. It's non-zero. Obviously, I know that much. This is kind of annoying. These enemies here do not seem to want to leave me alone. I'm gonna do that. Grab these. Sure, why not? So take that. Oh, I'd like these back, please. There we go.
They got through. Olympus, I accept this message.
Okay, charge moves, charge moves. This is the other one that gives you more rewards the earlier you get it. And it does work really well with you, but it's still, at this rate, the timing is not great. We could rarefy it if we really wanted to. And, well, we're probably going to be dumping this soon, right? And although this gives you the benefits even after you take it off, I don't know if that's the case for the calling card. I kind of doubt it. So I think we might want to, even though it feels like it's kind of overkill. Well, we don't want either of these, so although it's not ideal timing, I think we're doing this. And this.
The tides come in.
I don't think we've seen a single mini shop on this floor yet, which is unfortunate, because that is one of the reasons why we skipped that boon from Dionysus that would have sacrificed our short-term goal to potentially get even more long-term. Ooh, excuse me. Nope, nope, please don't do that. And I did not really notice how much healing we got from the other one. That's a lot of those enemies right there. Are there any statues in that vicinity we might be able to invoke? Perhaps? Does not seem like it. There's another one of those optional encounters we could do. Requires that we take no damage, which again, it'd be nice, but I don't know how realistic it is for us to actually be able to do that. Maybe with the help of our new Hex, as I walk into that. Please stop dodging me. There's even more. Surely this is gonna be clean at this rate, right? This is a very long encounter at this point. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. There's legitimately nowhere I can run. There's legitimately nowhere I can run. What is going on? This is going to be... There we go. It's just a matter of time before that happened, but... She took her sweet time.
That's settled. We were able to repel that monstrous typhon thanks to your aid, so it can be done. Only the contemptible thing soon recovered and commenced his climb once more.
There has to be a way to vanquish Typhon utterly, not just slow him down. But if slowing him's the best result we can achieve for now, so be it.
The so-called father of all monsters. I heard the tales many times, of course, but seeing him, I felt my courage almost falter, which was more frightening even than the thing itself.
Don't remember if we've heard this one before, but obviously we are getting close to defeating Typhon for the last time for plot progression purposes. I think this would be the last one, at least before we get that more significant fight when we've done the crafting recipe. I think basically this would give us the last crafting resource that we need to do that.
Consider this.
Okay, ooh, and we can rarefy these, which could be quite good. Let's see. Specials, launch a projectile that can deflect. After we take damage, we're impervious for 2 seconds. Recharges after 11 seconds. Pass, I think it pretty much has to be this. Well, actually, to be fair, no, we do special a lot. Cast, this one definitely not. But we obviously do the special as part of the combo, so there is something to be said for doing this. It is only common rarity, which is a little unfortunate. This is also quite good, given how much damage we are often taking, and I think we just rarefy it twice. Let's do this. It affects the recharge time, so it's impervious for 2 seconds, and then it recharges after 7 seconds. I don't know if that 2 seconds or I don't know if that recharge timer starts ticking immediately, or if it has to wait for our 2 seconds of imperviousness before it starts ticking. Because basically, if it is already counting down even during that 2-second period. That means there's only 5 seconds of downtime, which is very, very good. Okay, but
The enemy awaits.
thank you. I think we're passing on that. We tried one earlier. It didn't work out particularly well. Let's take this. Bunch of bones. It would be max... Yeah, it's not even that meaningful. Okay, now we definitely do want... Well... Hold on. This does actually work for life. Oh, okay. But it doesn't work for boons, so... Now we do have reason to like these rooms in addition to these rooms. You know, on this occasion, I don't know that we have that many more Poseidon synergies that we're looking for, especially since we really want either air boons or earth boons for infusion progression purposes, and I think Poseidon is all water. So you could make the case for this. It's still only a 55% chance, whereas for you, even if it doesn't help for infusion purposes, it's still going to be plus 3 levels. So this is safer, I guess, from that standpoint. But let's go with this. I don't know. For whatever reason, I'm more interested by that. I wish that was an invocable statue, because do you see how many enemies were standing next to it? Oh, that was so bad. That was so obviously about to hit me. I was a little distracted by all the plasma. That is the danger in general of any of the resources that you can potentially pick up in the middle of an encounter. Like the grape juice or whatever it is that you can get from Dionysus that was going to be one of the options. Those guys are fast. Wow. There's me. Remember, we carry these over, at least partially over into the next encounter, so there is reason to farm.
Enough of this.
Okay, so we'd love for this to proc twice. And it did. Okay, so for that reason, I think that room paid off. Ooh, okay, we're definitely going shop here, and I think this is the penultimate room. That. Okay. And then, sure, I mean, 60 gold is basically nothing, and this is what we would have gotten in the other room anyway, so might as well just double up on Hera plus Selene.
Hear me, on my authority.
Okay. We do like earth boons. We also like air boons, though. Whenever hitch-afflicted foes are slain, damage all other hitch-afflicted foes. That is useful, because we have hitch on our attack. I think we might go with this. And this is common rarity, which is... And it's on charge moves. So, if we do this...
Vested in me.
Means a little more dodge chance. Now up to 8%. At that point, it's a little noticeable, especially when you factor in the 6% dodge chance from Gali as well. It's not enough to happen all the time, but it's enough that it should happen in big encounters.
The path of stars.
Okay, so we don't have the duo potential. Let's see. What is this? I don't even know if we're going to have time to get there. We have 5, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we were to get one more Selene upgrade after this, we could potentially get up to you. X makes everything else move 75% slower instead of 25, but it makes it cost even more, and this is already, I think, the most expensive hex, or very nearly the most expensive hex. So having it charged up 40% when we first enter the encounter is kind of nice for that reason. It also has a pretty short duration, unless we upgrade it further. After using Hex, take less damage, make it last longer. Get the Defiance effects, fully recharge your Hex. That's actually kind of meaningful, since we'd still have all our Death Defiances, and, as I was saying, the Hex takes an eternity to charge up. Ooh. That's pretty tempting, though. What do we get on the way there? We can have it charged up, either over time or in a burst at the beginning of the encounter. Last longer. Yeah, I like that. What is this one? Do we have any intention? Ooh, yeah. Okay, might go with this one just so we can more easily get here if we see future Selene. I think it has a little more long-term potential. So this is probably better for basic rooms where it's short enough of an encounter that you can more easily use the hex once, whereas this might be better for really long encounters like boss fights, where you might have time to charge it up multiple times, because this obviously only works on the first... It only makes you closer to charging it up the first time. Okay.
The sheer might of
Then, sure. Why not? Unfortunately, that's only the base amount. It's not... Actually, I'm not even sure. I thought we saw, somewhat surprisingly, that that does not apply to ashes. Okay. So now, Prometheus... Oh, and yeah, we used all our calling card charges, so that works. Good timing from that standpoint.
Our nightly routine.
Indeed.
The future is a series of fixed points. Not even my master believes this to be true, but I have seen the many possibilities. The only question is, which is our destination?
Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting, just as a philosophical note on, you know, there's so many people, so many pieces of media that try to see what it would be like to be able to predict the future. Here is Prometheus, the Titan of Foresight, who can in fact see the future, and we've often asked ourselves, well, if he can, then surely he wouldn't choose to oppose us, right? He knows every time we fight him whether he's going to win or lose, doesn't he? And more often than not, we are the winner, not him. So why would he continue fighting this losing battle? But when you put it that way, I've never really thought of it that way before. It's a bunch of fixed points, and it's like connecting the dots. You just don't know which route you're gonna take. That's very cool.
You fill my mind with this nonsense. Not even the three fates know entirely what the future holds, for they are always weaving.
Then there's the fates.
They were always weaving, yes. I know that you know that they weave no longer now. Yet moment by moment the future still unfolds. Let us give shape to it ourselves.
I mean, that, of course, is perhaps our biggest goal that we're trying to achieve, is freeing the fates. I accidentally dodged the eagle there, but I guess that works. Okay. I guess we'll put this here. Hello. Please don't run. Thank you. That's the that is not the projectile one. I thought it was. That one was, except what was he aiming at? What the heck? Oh, and the extra speed in this encounter is actually quite helpful from the plasma, because if nothing else, for the memory phase, I mean, not that you usually need to have a ton of speed for that, but it is helpful to an extent. I'm debating what I want to do with the hex. So we do get a small passive bonus after we activate it for the rest of the encounter. Just doesn't feel like this is the best time to use it though, because he's relatively weak at this stage of the fight. Well, somehow that didn't hit us, and I could not tell you why or how. I guess I'll wait until he's close to his first memory phase. I'll wait for that. So hard. Yes, we do have our skulls over there. Surely that'll do it, right? No. Yeah, I did end up going into his fire there. Okay, middle, top, bottom. Middle, top, bottom. Ooh, this is a bad place. This is a very bad place for that. Not a fan of that. Once the fire in the middle goes away, I'll use the hex. Thanks, you. want the plasma. Don't steal my plasma, man. I need the plasma. That's a much better spot for that. So I do need those. One moment. That was close. Oh, the eagle's back. And his friends. Oh, that did not kill you. Technically, I can just ignore you. Oh, I'm surprised we have this back. The timing was not great. Whoop. Trying to angle that such that I not get hit by his attack. Top. Middle. Middle. Top. Middle. 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 Top. And then all middle. Right? Bit of an easier one, thankfully, in large part because he allowed me to go in the same place multiple times. I did appreciate it. Wouldn't be averse to freezing the eagle a bit here. That was also very unfortunate timing as well. Oh. Just barely got me. Now, a little silly on my part. What is our plasma up to? Oh, more eagle nonsense. Plasma's up to 62, which means we are very speedy at this point. Which is nice. Does help a lot for the eagle. And for outrunning those projectiles, apparently. No, don't do that. The Hex is charging up more quickly than I would expect it to be honest with you. That's, yep, projectile one. No, don't dodge me, bro. Nope. Just want my skulls. I sort of come in peace, except not really. Oh, I'm kind of just trying to get one more hit on you, to be honest. There we go. We took more damage there than I realized. Got a little sloppy at the end, to be fair, though.
They were never meant for you. You know what lies ahead.
Did he know he'd lose?
That's what we've been saying. Alright, so we take this. Obviously take that. We'll take this. Oh, okay, and we were wondering how... Where was it? How this healing worked. Well, I noticed that we now have a lot more health than we had a few seconds ago. So combine that alongside the health we're going to get from the well here, and we will definitely be at full life. So that is nice. Just quickly check for golden urns. Not seeing any. Maybe I just missed some mini shops along the way, but I wish we had found some, because we would have really benefited from that. And here, I think, probably just taking a basic bossing boon of some variety. I was really looking for a B word there to continue the alliteration, but, knuckle bone. It could have been bones! Darn it. Maybe we have to take the bones on this occasion for that reason. Otherwise, lucky or tooth. I mean, either one, obviously, is helpful against Typhon. Now we heal. And we spend aggressively. This one will deliberately delay the healing, I think. Oh, this one's not that useful, to be honest. Might skip out on that, because the thing is now, on this final floor, it's one of those rare times where you actually can spend a ridiculous amount of gold at the super shop at the end. So there is something to be said for deliberately having 1,000+ gold in the final room before the boss fight. So let's do this. We'll expedite you. Poseidon. probably not one that we're especially keen on, although we have gotten some water boons. So yes, we're getting, what, 45 extra life, which is... that's a fair bit. And it does mean future water boons give us more value, but this is why I was kind of saying I was not thrilled about taking both Rallying Cry and Wispy Wiles, is because now we have conflicting priorities when it comes to which element we want, and that's only going to be even more so the case here. Otherwise, hit surrounding foes with a powerful splash as they start to strike, but prime magic. That's kind of useful, given how close range we're going to be against enemies so often. But this... I mean, we have good life at this stage of the game. I like being in the high 200s when you get to Typhon, and this would already get us pretty close at the start of the final floor. I guess we'll do it.
Better.
Yeah. Like, this is about how much life I would want to have at the very end of the run. So, I do like where we stand there. There is also a particular boon from Ares that works well the more life you have, the one that gives you a chance of bonus damage, depending on how much life points you have lost. Not percentage, but life points. So the more life you are capable of losing, the more powerful that can conditionally become. But I don't think we have that yet. I think we did see it at one point, but we took something else instead. So definitely some Ares potential. Athena, we have lots of stuff from her as well. And then any stuff that works toward the, that's a little chaotic at the moment. I would like these. Maybe I'll destroy that stuff on you, which may or may not have the desired effect of actually destroying you. You know, maybe actually attacking the enemies would be helpful. And by attacking the enemies, I mean attacking like where the enemies are, such that they actually take damage. Sure, we'll use this. Oh, you're still alive. And so are you. I did not see that guy. Please go away now. I know our cast is not that powerful, but I should throw it out every once in a while, especially against enemies who are just standing still. Okay, so yeah, there aren't many opportunities to get upgrades on this floor until that super shop and the various mini bosses along the way, unless we see mini shops, which would be really nice. Ooh, don't like this guy. Where are my skulls? I'd like my skulls, please. I think I found my skulls, if I'm not mistaken. Should kill you, I think. Yeah, it has. Okay, that's the special that is occasionally deflecting those projectiles, which is very nice. Even against a basically stationary enemy, I'm still finding ways to completely whiff. There we go. Golden urns? Don't think so. Okay, mini boss here. Selene, yes, if we get a little bit, it would help us. There are a few big points that we're close to, but on the other hand, that still feels like that's just kind of, we'll take it if we have to, but still not a top priority. Further Aphrodite stuff, there's at least one boon from her I'm thinking of that gives you a flat added amount of damage to either just your attack or maybe your attack and your special at the cost of priming some magic, which I think might be the best option for us at this stage.
Pyre.
And it's you. You are obviously a very close range enemy, which is a little terrifying when we are also a very close range character. Yep, I knew I was gonna get caught in that situation. I'm gonna do it again. That's just the challenge that comes from being a close range character, as I was saying, in an encounter such as this. I was thinking about using the Hex. Probably should. No, I wanted the skulls. They were right there. Dodge through. Plasma. Don't mind me. Skulls. Ooh, nope. There are not very many safe places. I missed. No. He does sometimes do a basic attack like that, which is kind of nice. At least for us. He still has this there. Where are the skulls? Thank you. That. Oh, that was very sloppy. What's he doing? He's charging again. Theoretically, yep, would expect this. Yeah, that's... It's just... I'm not really sure what the best window to attack him is. He's chasing us, yes. Oh, man. And we still don't have the skulls. That's a mistake on my part. I think it's this. And then you just have to be patient. Should be chasing us now. What? We still don't have the skulls. Oh my gosh. I'm just kind of trying to lay a trap for you there. How did I miss? How? Skulls. You charge. I do this. Drop. Oh, never mind. Don't drop the cast. No time. Oh, skulls are still over there. Okay, good to know. I could not get out of the way. And for what it's worth, my controller actually did get stuck with the dash button there, which is the last thing that I want to see when I just bought a new controller, specifically because that was happening with the previous controller. That's... okay, well... So this room didn't go according to plan. In about every conceivable way possible. I'm not happy about this. Oh, nope, don't have it. Okay, got the skulls. We were supposed to do the other one, but that's okay. We can do that. We'll allow it. We'll allow it. That was nearly death. There we go. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's about as close as it can get. We might have just barely had enough life to survive one more of his hits, but we cut it awfully close. And then, fortunately, with our ridiculous healing, that makes quite a difference. As I was saying a while back, as long as we live, we have time to heal. And that healing is big enough that that can recover most of our wounds. Now, was this worth it? Let's see. I mean, obviously, we had to go through here or get the slingy stuff, and I think either way, this probably was going to be better. I do like this one, but we have so much stuff going on with the plasma right now, I don't think we can afford to skip that. This is what I was alluding to before for the extra damage. Now, this is nice mathematically speaking, because with an added 9 damage, that 9 then gets multiplied by 1.9, and then 2.35, so it in practice is a lot more than just 9, which is why this is actually very good. But then this, it's still just a small number compared to the other percentage boosts that we have. I think it has to be this. At first I saw the percentage life and I thought, oh, is this the one that gets us back up to max life if we finish an encounter at a certain percentage point, because it would potentially mean that when combined with the Dionysus boon, that this one here, that it actually does guarantee that we finish every room at 100% life, as long as we don't die. But I think it's this. And it's an air boon, which means we get a little more dodge chance, and at this point, that's starting to add up a little bit more. Okay. So, not our best room. Certainly not. But now we basically get the mini version of this guy, and by mini version I mean he's not so mini. See, he is lightning fast. Oh, and he is a friend. I did not even realize that. I'm gonna deliberately try to destroy some of these to blow them up on you. Which did work. Oh, I got stuck there? He wasn't sure which way to go. Oh, excuse me. I need these. There we go. No. First of all, no. But we'll nab that. This, okay. Excuse me. Oh, that's not a great place for that to show up. See this as well, but it's gonna be kind of hard to avoid it, and the other one as well. Stop running away. Nope. Nope. Please stop that. There we go. And we definitely don't have enough for that. Would have been nice. Okay, now more Aphrodite or Super Palms. I think we're probably going Aphrodite there. Which is, again, probably not the boon-giving god or goddess that I would be most keen on getting, especially because we did more or less just get the biggest boon that I was looking for. But I think it's probably still better than all the palms. What do we get here? Ooh, I don't think this is what we wanted to see. I don't think so. I'm gonna say maybe we can get a nice burst of damage at the beginning before the eye itself spawns in. Before the actual eye, when it rolls around, spawns in. Ooh, there are so many projectiles in this encounter. It is basically a bullet hell, which I'm not a big fan of. What? That didn't even do damage? Maybe? I don't know. This is also probably a room where you could go absolutely crazy, farming up, deliberately destroy some, farming up the plasmas. At least the plural plasma is actually plasma. I'm pretty sure. Just because all these little guys spawning in means lots of ways to get, oh dear, the plasma to spawn. Ooh, don't like that spot. Please allow me to pick that up again. Thank you. I walked straight into you. Ooh, thread the needle. Another eyeball, I'm fairly certain. Maybe, possibly, maybe not. Please stop that. Please allow me to pick this up. Thank you. Might just be low enough on life that you're not even allowed to do that eyeball anymore. There we go. And again, we took a fair bit of damage, but fortunately, with our big-time healing, we should still be in decent shape here.
How
there we
many
go.
more of those does Typhon have? In the name of Hades.
And here, it's the same one we saw before. Oh. That's pretty solid, and it's another air boon, which does help us. with at least one of our infusions.
Beautiful.
And at this point, wow. Yeah, we have several life multipliers. I was just trying to destroy that stuff to make for a safer fishing experience, although I'm pretty sure I might have ended up taking damage in the process. I don't know. Maybe I should have just left him alone.
Like fish. To me.
There we go.
Hello.
Whoa, what's with the camera angle change? That was odd. Okay, so... Oh, sneaky. Don't know that there's anything else, so into the super shop we go, and 65. That's how much plasma we got in that encounter, and we are keeping some of it going into this next one.
Almost to the top.
Can't stay in chat, but good to see you, Em.
Alright. Oh, and this was the delayed healing that we deliberately did not expedite. So that did work out quite well. It means we don't have to buy that there. A little bit of gold from you and from you. But now, as nice as it would be to get the Nightmare, I think we are close, but probably can't quite afford that alongside the other things that we'd like to pick up. So I think we're probably just going to end up with a bunch of leftover cash, but let's see what we get here. I think we'll start with, well, is there any reason why the sequencing matters here? Don't know that... Unless this gives us Hermes and we get the one that allows us to purchase an extra item from shops. That's the one thing I can think of, so maybe we'll go here first. But it's Hera.
Admit it, girl. You would have taken any sort of blessing here and now, whether from me or any of my kin. Well, as the fates would have it, you're getting the very best.
Oh? I'm not so sure about that. I'm not so sure about that. Well, Bridal Glow could be very useful. Increasing something up to heroic rarity and giving it +2 levels. I know our attack boon is already epic, so we're only gaining 1 rarity tier, but still it is definitely our most important boon, and it's 2 levels, if nothing else. Dying Wish is what got ranked up. I don't even know what that one is. Oh. I mean, useful in crowded encounters, yes. There are some moments during ads phases when that can be a thing against Typhon, but I don't know that that's that big of a deal, generally speaking. Also, why do we have this red aura exuding from our head? Oh, it's because defensive posture is active, I think? Okay. Right now, I don't know that the sequencing matters anymore, so we'll take you.
Olympus, I accept this message.
And we're mostly just looking for more boons, period. So I don't think we want any sacrifices here. And there, at the very beginning of the encounter, yes, Shameless Attitude would be active, but probably only at that point. Yeah, we're not gonna get the 8 Earth boons as we thought might end up being the case. Ares just disappeared on the last floor, or even floor and a half, which I was not pleased to see, because he was maybe the one that I was most hoping that we would find. And we also have this giving us more damage based on how many Death Defiances we've used, which could become a factor against Typhon. But I think we probably just either we take you for the extra dodge chance or we take you for the extra life. We actually do have double dipping life synergies because we have this, which gives us 15, I think, per water boon, but we also have the Aphrodite one here. So it's a 25% bonus. Either that or it's 2% dodge chance, which right now we're sitting on 12 plus 6, so 18. I mean, that's not bad. Going up to 20, technically speaking, the more dodge chance you have, the better it becomes, mathematically speaking. because it's like, think of it as, if you have a 99% dodge chance, just to give you the extreme example, you can still get hit. It's very unlikely, but you can still get hit. Bump that up to 100% dodge chance, and suddenly, you are unhittable. So obviously, that's at the very end of that spectrum, and we're far from that, but technically speaking, it gets stronger the more of it you have. But we're gonna see a water boon from Poseidon next, so I think maybe we'll just go air here. And I think this is only ever water from Poseidon. Yeah. Let's do this.
Good.
That gets us to exactly 400 life. See, I wish we got that Ares boon that gives us a chance to do double damage based on how much life we've lost, because when you have 400 life, you could get that number to be quite high, and we would have had more reason in that case to load up on max life rather than dodge chance, and this is what I was referring to before. Very close, but unfortunately not quite enough to get this. That's where maybe if we had taken the extra gold option from Dionysus, we would have had enough here, although we then wouldn't have had the healing, which did prove to be very useful, as it turns out. So we'll take this because we can. You're not even going to let us take this because we're on full life. So that will be that then, I'm fairly certain, unless someone happens to just gift us, you know, a couple hundred gold here, but I don't think that's going to happen. All right, so against Typhon. Yeah, obviously it's going to be all about the attack. Is it going to be alternating between attack and special, or is it going to be spamming multiple rounds of attack and then doing a bigger burst? I don't know. Might depend a little bit on the timing. But we have enough other stuff going on defensively at this point that we should hopefully account for what would have otherwise been a bit of a glass cannon build. And then we also have you, which will be helpful too. We should probably see the Zeus phase happen, or at least the ads phase is really the first thing, happen pretty quickly for that reason. Wait, was that the...
Remember me?
Oh, yeah. It is what I was thinking of. I was thinking of the, we didn't get the Hades boon that gives us the extra damage at the beginning of the encounter, but we do have the keepsake that does it. Fight to survive, you say. Okay, so here is an almost immediate ads phase. As I was saying, would potentially be the case. No, go away. These guys are annoying. They're all annoying. Oh, they're just chasing after me and using up all my resistances. What the heck, man? They're all very close to going down, but I'm stuck in a corner. You know what? Sure.
You should be here soon.
Theoretically speaking, yes. Excuse me. We kind of naturally alternate a bit between attacking and not attacking. Just based on when he's slamming and not slamming. I don't know if that cast is going to just barely be too far away. Imagine we're probably pretty close to Zeus here. This is not where I want to be standing for that. Zeus? Hello? There it is. Mid-projectile.
Before we shall do it again.
Right on time.
What happens if we freeze for this? We do have the hex up. Let's do it. Oh my goodness, this is so bad. Usually he goes immune immediately after that. Fortunately, we dodged what would otherwise have been a very bad hit to take. I walked straight into that. And then maybe would have been hit by something else as well, if not for our Athena boom. Ow. Oop. Don't mind me. Oh, actually, right here. Very much. Oh, he was about to slam, and then we proc the ads phase. Does also mean we're gonna see that. Oh, I thought I could dash through it, but again, it's technically not a dash. Oh, I thought I got him in time. I didn't, apparently. Kind of forgot that our charge special exists, to be honest with you. Also, where are our skulls? They don't exist. They've ceased to exist. Just want to get rid of this guy. Okay. Might be doing double. Yeah, now he's doing double. Doesn't really matter if we're standing right next to him, but... Oh, I got knocked in. Well, technically, I don't think we got hit by his tongue attack, fortunately, because that hits very hard. I think except you get hit by the little guys there, because they do way less damage than the tongue. That slam does do a lot, though. Dodge one, dodge two. Technically, I don't even need to do that here. He just keeps on doing the spinny tails. It's really annoying. It just will not stop. Ooh. Hello. Thank you, dodge chance. Never stops. Never stops with the spinny tails. There we go.
For my mother.
Right. But not our father, apparently. Mission accomplished. You see, we were at 39 life. We go to 320 now because of the healing. And the big thing is that we just got Bearing Dark Gifts. Prophecy and achievement completed because we've now finished a run with every weapon aspect in the game. And that was a long time coming, because obviously there are a lot of weapon aspects, and we had 100 plasma. I think you can exceed that, or at least in one of the Chaos Trials, I thought that we ended up exceeding that number, although the fact that we ended up finishing on that exact round number does make me second guess to a certain extent. Maybe they added a cap in one of the patches. This is fast. It's very fast, but it is definitely not the fastest we've ever been. And our dash boon does not give us additional movement speed, so if we had one of those, then obviously it'd be even faster still. Here we go, for what I think is going to be the last time we need to go up here, at least until we have that big recipe done. So technically that makes this the penultimate Typhon fight, I think. So last time I remember, we were kind of taken aback when we were speaking to Zeus and Hera, because Zeus was like, hey, we don't need you anymore. Go! Scram! So we'll see if he still says something along those lines this time round, or if they change that.
To all my family on the mountain, let me pass. Daybreak.
That it is. Just see if there's any lore we can interact with here. Don't want to zoom past it, but I think we're good.
Come forth.
Blessings to you.
Blessings to you too.
Death to Kronos.
Indeed. Typhon is not backing down, though we shall drive him back. Each night he deigns to threaten us, if that is what it takes.
Either that, or we could probably destroy him, along with this mountain and a good portion of the surrounding countryside. Although, where would we live thereafter?
Maybe we have one more run than I'm accounting for here? Because I do remember hearing some stuff along these lines with the whole, well, we could destroy Typhon, but there will be monumental collateral damage, and we probably shouldn't do that, right?
We needn't weigh that possibility at all, Hera, my dear. Best not to even speak of it. Meninui assured us Typhon could be dealt with in a different way.
That might be different. I think that might be different. And I do like that. Because it feels more like someone acknowledging the contribution that we've made in ways that haven't really been acknowledged before. Everyone has always said, oh, it's impossible to permanently defeat Typhon. It's impossible to permanently defeat Kronos through conventional means. Why are you even bothering to do this? You're such a silly Billy. You know, surely this is just a waste of time. And then, miraculously, out of nowhere, we just come up with some solution that immediately, permanently defeats them. So this feels like a little bit more of what we've been missing in the past. Where it's like, hey, you know what? Maybe the things that you've been doing have actually been helpful in a way.
I'd not intended to
acknowledging the incremental progress.
Uncle, though I shall do everything in my power to ensure Olympus stands while Typhon falls. I just need to concentrate on Kronos for a while.
Well then, pardon my bluntness, my dear, but why aren't you in your underworld? We now can hold our own, you've seen, but we cannot reach the Titan ourselves.
Yeah. I think that line from Melinui might be new, because it used to be Zeus, who basically said something along those lines, but it was even more blunt and even more just like, yeah, we don't need you anymore. And it just came a little out of nowhere. I mean, obviously it's after a successful Typhon defeat, yes, but until then it was always, oh, Typhon is so powerful, how are we ever going to drive him off? And then suddenly it was, no, we're all good. Forget about us. You're wasting your time here. So now it feels like there's just a little bit more of the connecting of the dots that we've been missing for so long. So I like that. I think that might be a change, but I'm curious to see if Zeus still has a line along the lines of what I remember him saying in the past.
Do as you must, Melinui. We shall be waiting to hear word of your success in Tartarus, and you can count on all our blessings on the way.
Yeah, I think this is different, and I like it, because it was just striking when we heard it the first time in the original True Ending build-up.
Take care.
Alright, so yes, I think that's an improvement, for sure.
Your song is such a welcome sound after a hard night's climb, cousin. It nearly makes me forget the troubles we're dealing with. All this light, however, I'm not used to yet.
We're not much used to it here either for how dark it's been of late. Though let's get you back before it drains you more. Sounds like you have to pay Kronos a visit soon.
And it feels like that line from Melinui was not new, I don't think. The first half of this line from Apollo might have been new, but might have been pre-existing, but the second half sounds like you have to pay Kronos a visit soon. I mean, maybe, you know, remembering individual lines that we first experienced a few months ago is a little bit hard, but maybe that's new. I don't know if they've really been changing individual lines within these paragraphs, or if it's only been paragraphs altogether. I think we did see in that previous conversation with Zeus and Hera that it was at least one paragraph. Yeah. The one from Melinui, I think, near the end, that was new altogether. And then they removed one from Zeus. Melinui basically replaced one of Zeus's lines, which might have been one of the worst ones in the game at the time. So, might just be that. There's a chance that Apollo line got slightly tweaked. Because we were asking in the past, what exactly did they change? Is it going to be entirely new conversations that just didn't exist at all before? I think that will be the case when we're going down at least once or twice, because they, I believe, made it so you need more runs to reach the true ending there. But then, on the slightly more incremental side, could it be the paragraphs, you know, the whole list of things that someone is saying every time you press the next button? Or is it within those paragraphs an individual sentence or an individual line? What level are they making those changes? So I think, at least partially answered that question there. Now, of course, that isn't necessarily indicative of the approach that they took in other areas. It could be that, you know, this is the one case where they changed one of the paragraphs and nothing else, whereas you go in the underworld and they added several new entire conversations altogether. As we were saying, that is likely to be the case. But is it a little bit of a mix of everything? It could be. It could be. But let's head on down now.
Should Typhon rise again, I shall return. Return to Shadow now.
So the other thing that means is that we should now be able to, as many of those people were just saying,
We're getting somewhere.
put most/all of our attention on going into the underworld several times in a row, which was kind of deliberate because that way we can see all of those ending conversations one right after the other and make it easier to notice those sorts of differences and see how it progresses from one run, one conversation to the next, rather than having to remember jumping back and forth between surface, underworld, which would probably make it a little bit harder.
That ought to slow Typhon a bit. Or make him even angrier.
All right.
You were out a while.
That we were.
Father, he was so happy then. But now, don't let the Titan break his spirit.
Technically, no new conversation with Dora, but we have at least one, in fact, several prophecies done, one of which is very big. This one here, Bearing Dark Gifts. It's very rewarding. That would usually be the equivalent of 3 Chaos Trials to get that much of that crafting resource, and technically speaking, at least at the Wretched Broker, that is the most expensive of all the crafting resources, even more so than Nightmare, despite Nightmare usually being the thing that we've targeted. So that's big.
Shall feast in all their forms.
That was one of the major long-term goals that we were working towards, so I'm very happy to see that we can check that one off the list. And then some more minor stuff on top of this being the Cersei upgrades, taking all of those. We were one away for a long time. It was always, as we were saying, that one
to aid you in her way.
that upgrades your Arcana cards. Usually we had fully upgraded Arcana cards. There was not really any point in taking it, but at least we've now checked that off the list. And now we apparently have gotten all of the hammer upgrades for the skull as well. And I was surprised to see which one we had as the last remaining, because it seemed pretty good. I would be surprised to have turned it down much in the past. Maybe it just had eluded us for a while there, but that's a little more bones.
Grows stronger still.
And that means I'm pretty sure we picked up a ton of bones from that previous run.
Moonlight, guide us.
To victory. Take heart knowing the fates themselves believe that you'll succeed.
Technically, yeah, you didn't have an exclamation point above your head. Didn't really have anything special to say to us, but
Looks
the
like
same
Eris is back.
cannot be said for Eris.
You don't know how good you've got it, Trouble. I grew up surrounded by siblings, all thinking they were better than me. There's hoity-toity retribution over there, and death, and doom. Nobody wanted anything to do with strife.
Well, I mean, you put it that way. You try to make it sound like, well, there's so much... Everyone thought they were so much better than me, so no one wanted anything to do with me, because strife is so bad. I drew the short straw. I mean, doom and death and retribution are not much better in that regard. If any better at all.
Moros could relate more than you know. You children of Nyx are widely feared, but so what? You don't need a lot of friends, you just need a few good ones. And the very meaning of strife is for you to define, isn't it?
Oh, look at that.
I mean, I guess.
Oh, some character development for her, perhaps? Okay, I'm kind of curious to see what happens when you try to spend time with Eris. We're not there yet. We would need to gift at least one more nectar, and we certainly can afford to buy one from the Wretched Broker. Did we end up picking up any on the run? I know we passed up on at least one opportunity. No, we didn't add any more, I don't think. So, I'd kind of like to save this one. You know what? Sure, we'll do it.
Just had to see my reaction to another one of these, huh? You say it's only a gift, but you're probably keeping meticulous track of every nectar you dole out.
What?
Hoping whoever gets one's gonna like you just a little more each time.
No! I would never! Yeah, she totally called us out.
Congratulations on making this weird, Eris. Fine, you figured me out. I'm desperate for your approval and affection. Yours and everyone's. Is that what you think?
I mean, let's be honest. She's not really wrong. Or at least, she's partially right.
You said it, babe, not me. Now come off it. Though, if you can keep a secret, I do like you just a little more, I think.
Oh, look at that. There you have it, kids. Bribery does work. Apparently. I mean, I've said it before, that's functionally what the system is. It doesn't seem like there's much in the way of new stuff here. Ooh, apparently not. Outside of Dora greeting us that way. Oh, Charon Shipments is here with some more Nightmare. And we have no shortage of Charon cards, which we could use to get even more Nightmare, although we are growing quite close to the point where we have all the Nightmare we need, at least for upgrading weapon aspects. We have recently learned that, yes, there are alternative familiar skins that also cost a somewhat significant amount of Nightmare, at least if you add them all together. So it seems like that's kind of just the way that you flex at end game, to be all like, oh, see, I can use my Nightmare on something that doesn't even affect gameplay because I'm so far along that I don't need to worry about being efficient with it, which, you know, it doesn't really matter to me. So, might take one more of these just so that we can be absolutely certain that we have all the Nightmare we need, although we might already be there, to be honest. And the other thing is that Moondust. We would like to get that because we are still in need of maxing out some Arcana cards. So this is the main way that we do that. Of course, Nightmare has also typically been the main way that we've been spending our bones, and if we don't need to spend our bones on Nightmare, then that's something we can then use to get more Moondust. So, could get more of this in at least a few ways, but let's do this.
Approved.
And then we certainly have some business with you. Oh, we have a couple of fish, and then look at how many bones we have. Okay, so definitely want to nab one of you, because otherwise we are going to be completely out of nectar. I think I'm going to pass on the Nightmare, even though we can afford it for now. I know we can only get one per trip to the crossroads, but still, given how we might... I mean, we're not looking at the weapon aspects right now, so I don't know. We might quite literally need no more Nightmare at all. And then the Moondust... Similarly, I don't know exactly how much we need at this moment. So maybe we'll just hold on to our excess bones, and when next we are in need of either Nightmare or Moondust, we can reassess. Indeed.
How fares the ever-sinking fleet of ships within the Rift of Thessaly? 'Tis a wonder Kronos gathered as many followers as he has, using such shoddily built craft.
Oh.
The fleet shows no real sign of slowing down. Fortunately, the same sorcery that seems to be holding those ships together lets me transfer quickly from one to the next. Are all surface ships so odd-looking?
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really taken much note that they look odd, but now that you mention it, it is pretty odd that we can teleport from one ship to the next. I never really questioned that before. Sure, it's pretty similar to how you move from one room to the next in other areas of the game, so maybe that's why I just kind of didn't think anything of it.
I certainly think not. These are merely emblematic of the Titan's false promises of a new age. They assault not just Olympus, but our sensibilities as well.
We'll fight them off.
Alright. And that is probably a conversation that was way back in the queue, because obviously we've been going through the Rift of Thessaly for a very long time now, so you would think that Hecate would first bring that conversation up a long time ago. Okay, so now we have all the void lenses that we need for this, which is why we technically don't need any more surface runs, at least until we start going down into the underworld and learn about what that unknown resource is, which, of course, I'm pretty sure we know, given how we did the original true ending, but maybe that's changed with the new true ending. Then similar story here. We have 7 of the Zodiac Sand? Oh, maybe they changed the way that this works. Because it used to be that when we did the rewinding the clock to re-access the true ending, it had said that basically we're going to temporarily remove your Zodiac Sand. We'll give it back to you once you're done experiencing the new true ending. But it was functionally a way to make it so that you couldn't just immediately afford this crafting recipe and immediately access the final run of the true ending. But now we have 7 Zodiac Sand, which suggests to me that they have doubled back on that, and they're no longer temporarily removing your Zodiac Sand, and instead we're just gonna have to wait a long time before we get the entropy, and that's gonna be the thing that prevents us from immediately doing this crafting recipe and accessing the final run of the true ending too quickly. It's weird that they show us what we need here, entropy, which I believe was the hidden resource for this recipe, whereas in this direction, it is still listed as unknown. That's inconsistency is just kind of strange. Okay, and then it did definitely get rid of our soot temporarily, because we did have that. And then once we get the final true ending run, then I would hope we get that back so we can end the dumbest slumber. I didn't even realize that's what that was named. Okay. There's another way we could potentially get this, and given actually how we just got a bunch of the dust from that prophecy that we just did, this is, well, a little more possible than it previously was, but again, gonna hold off for now since I don't think we are in urgent need of doing those things. Icarus does not often show up here, but he is paying us a visit. One moment, Icarus. Do a little bit of these.
Grow and flourish.
I think realistically we have all of the plants we need to grow already. Not expecting anything to happen from you. Just take a quick look up here, but don't expect anything up here either, to be honest. Alright. Oh, hold on.
Salutations.
I'm completely frozen with terror right now. I hope you know. Cause of death? Fright. Oh no.
Be safe, Icarus.
You too, Melly. Tall fellow over there by that big tapestry type thing. Isn't that Doom? He seems friendlier than I imagined, judging by the way the two of you are getting on.
Lord Moros is our guest, and that tapestry beside him holds the Wheel of the Three Fates. His family's in a similar predicament to mine. Would you like to meet him?
Oh, no, we've met before.
I was gonna
I
say.
don't think he'd remember me. It's for the best. I just didn't expect to see him again, let alone here. I'm glad he's all right.
Yeah, you know, I would imagine Icarus and Doom have certainly crossed paths before.
He is.
Alright. I think no sign of Odysseus. I think that means we might be good in here with everyone who we can talk to. And
there's no way she could have... Oh, hey.
Excuse me, Skelly. What were you saying?
Salutations.
Good evening, young one. The second gift of the veil is almost within reach. Could actually just go right up and touch it. But anyway, are you prepared to use the oath and go the other way?
I don't mean to leave you in suspense, Commander, but we'll just have to see.
Indeed.
I shall be waiting here with the equivalent of bated breath.
I guess he doesn't really have that as a skeleton. But yeah, I mean, we almost, or at least I almost set up 16 fear, which is what we would have needed to do for an underworld run to unveil the second. I actually don't know if it's this middle one or if it's this bottom one, but the second of the gift of the night, or champion of the night. Insert noun of the night.
May need to take new vows.
Knight's champion. There you go. So yeah, 16 fear run in the underworld. Figured probably not best to go straight into that after having not played Hades 2 for about a month. But that could be on the agenda in the near future. But I still think, for the most part, priority number 1 is getting through the new true ending kinda, sorta, as quickly as possible. Because, it's gonna take longer than I had expected, since, as I mentioned a little while back, I had originally thought that we might have just been doing one run and seeing just that final confrontation another time, not all of the runs that were building toward that. So we do still have a ways to go, but this was a big run, not only getting the final surface run that we need complete in order to get to those new true endings, but also getting that Bearing Dark Gifts prophecy / achievement done as well. But with that being said, this is where we're going to have to wrap things up. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.